Greetings to our client. We are your appointed consultant QS. According to your requirements on developing a 200 million ringgit hotel in Penang Island, my team and I have already prepared a proposal for you to talk about the recommended procurement method, the tendering method, and also the contract arrangements for this project. I'll pass the time to my first presenter to tell you about the recommended procurement method.
Hi, after analysis your requirement to build a hotel, we as the consultant QS suggest you to use management contracting as procurement method. In management contracting, you are going to appoint a consultant team and management contractor in the early stage, while the management contractor will participate in planning, managing the project based on his construction expertise, and he will be assisting you in the whole projects. However, management contractor is not responsible to carry out any construction works. All the construction works will be split into different work packages due to their expertise in the particular field. It is also suitable for large and complex projects that require expertise skills when construct to ensure the quality. As you are not interested to deal with many parties in the projects, management contracting is very suitable for you because you just need to work with your consultant team, while management contractor will assist you in managing the projects. Also, you are not required to deal with the work packages. However, if you hope to minimize your involvement in the project, you can hire a project manager to act on behalf of you. As the works are split into different work packages, you are able to introduce changes from the beginning to the completions without affecting the construction process. This is not achievable in the traditional method and design and build method. Management contracting is suitable for your project because you are able to retain control over the design while drawing on the expertise and experience of the construction specialist as a part of your professional team. As time is also one of the main considerations in the projects, management contracting is also good that it is able to achieve earlier commencements of construction work before the completions of design, and it potentially shorten the project time because there is an overlapping time of design stage and construction stage. The expertise and experience of management contractor and work packages may also ensure the project runs smoothly to minimize the risk of delay. As skilled workers are required in the IBS construction project, the use of management contracting is very suitable to carry out your project with minimum risks. In combination of expertise and experience of management contractor in planning, managing the projects, and the skill of work packages is in delivering good quality of construction works, the failure of project will be avoided. Bad quality of outcome can also be eliminated in this case.
And we're going to talk about the reasons why we did not choose the below procurement method. The first one, traditional method. Traditional methods take the longest time compared with others method. This is because the design process need to be done before the call of tenders and award. Besides that, the contractor is appointed after the design is complete. So it will take a lot of time, and it is not appropriate for our client who wish to finish the construction within the shortest time. The second reason is the flexibility for the design change after commitment to construct should be retained by the client who using traditional methods, but our client requires the flexibility for design change from beginning till the completion. And the second procurement method is design and build. Design and build are suitable for the client who does not want to retain full control of the design. The client will only have little involvement during the design process. This because the client will appoint a contractor to construct the work and responsible for the design. However, our client wish to have full control of the design, so it is not suitable for our client. And the last procurement method is construction management. Unlike the management contracting, the contractual relationship for the construction management is between the client and the work package contractor. The last reason is deal with many parties. The construction management need additional client involvement, as the client have a direct contractual relationship with the work package contractor, and this means that the client are required to have more direct trade with contractor to deal with, and the client have to play an active role in the project. But our clients are not interested in dealing with many parties, so it is not appropriate. So the conclusion is, management contracting procurement method is suitable for our clients to develop a hotel in Penang Islands within the shortest time. As the design and construction process can be continued in parallel, besides that, the client is allowed to make change throughout the construction because the work is divided into different work packages, and the quality of the project will be guaranteed. Therefore, management contracting is more appropriate for our clients.
First, I will talk about selective tendering and two-stage selective tendering. Selective tendering can be either single-stage or two-stage and only allows suppliers to submit tenders by invitation. There will be a pre-specified list of potential contractors is prepared, which are known to be best suited for a contract of the size, nature, and complexity required by their tracking history. In this case, we can know that which contractor is suitable and has experience in developing this project. Other than that, I would like to recommend two-stage selective tendering method as per some of the requirements stated by the client, which are the construction work can be started before the completion of the design. Selection process should be transparent as well as to eliminate non-performing contractors. Next, I will be talking about the two-stage selective tendering. It is a method of tendering where the client seeks to appoint a contractor at the initial stage based on an outline scope of work. Why I recommend two-stage selective tendering? It is because two-stage selective tendering is designed to achieve the early appointment of a contractor on the basis of an agreement to undertake pre-construction services, with the intention that the parties enter into a lump sum contract or a cost reimbursable contract with a target price, following a period of negotiation. Contractor is appointed at much earlier stage in the construction process than would normally be the case, as the client wants the project complete within the shortest time possible, but on provisional basis using a pre-construction services agreement. There is then a second stage when the client seeks to appoint a contractor for the construction works under a building contract. Next, I will talk about the advantages of two-stage selective tendering. It is to remove underperforming contractors, in which the two selection process helps remove those contractors that are not obtaining the quality the client requires. Next, projects higher quality can be achieved because the contractors have prior experience with similar projects. Furthermore, less client risk in terms of cost since there is high level of competitiveness during the open tendering process. Lastly, tendering process should be open and upfront, which is known as transparent tendering process as the client's company is public listed organization. Next, I will talk about the advantages of two-stage selective tendering for the client. This tendering method is often used when a client wants a project to start as soon as possible. Achieving early appointment of the contractor prior to the completion of the design potentially leads to an earlier start on site, which may mean earlier completion. Next, contractors' involvement at pre-construction stage allows for input into buildability, sequencing and subcontractor selection, leading to fewer problems during construction. Furthermore, contractor can start developing solutions to problems which it is anticipated may arise during construction. This may lead to a shorter construction program. Lastly, pricing undertaken during second stage is more likely to reflect the actual construction cost, because it is based on more complete information, meaning the client has greater cost certainty and lower probability of claims.
Now comes the recommendations for the utilizations of type of contract. We would like to recommend our client to use Cost Plus Guarantee Maximum Price Contract, which is GMP, for this project. GMP includes the cost of labor, the cost of materials, and also a markup percentage of the whole project cost to cover the profit and overhead of the contractor, of the appointed contractor. GMP was set at the early stage of the project cycle by contractor and also the client. Why do we recommend our client to use a GMP contract? Okay, so it is because GMP actually decreases the client's risk, since if the cost of the project exceed the agreed GMP, contractor will need to bear the exceeding costs. And meanwhile, if the project is finished under cost, we will recommend our client to set the cost saving as the incentive for the contractor and the work contractors. Why? Because this will actually motivate the contractors to carry out the work efficiently, and they will be more cooperative to work together with the client to actually achieve the best quality of the project. Like you can finish the project on time and under budget, which actually it's a win-win situation. After the type of contract, we would like to recommend you about the standard form of contract. So standard form of there are a lot of different standard form of contract in Malaysia, but for this project we would like to recommend you PAM contract 2018 with quantities. This is the newest editions of PAM contract since PAM contract 2006, and this standard form of contract secure the risk of client, such as the extension of time EOT and also the payment and also the quality of work. This standard form of contract is suitable for this kind of large scale project and for private sector. And PAM contract with quantities means the preparations of BQ is necessary, which it is used to measure the cost of the project accurately. Furthermore, we would like to let you know more about this standard form of contract and why are we recommending it to you, the PAM contract 2018 with quantities. First, we will talk about the contractor's obligations according to this PAM contract. As we can see, the first clause in this PAM contract is about work contractors. They must, as usual, carry out the work and finish the work as expected, and also plan the schedule of construction process, all according to the contract documents agreed by both parties. Contractors is also responsible in providing the materials, the goods, and also the labors with standard and expected workmanship to provide a standard quality products. Besides, it is also very important for the contractors to comply with the architect instructions, AI, such as the drawings and specifications issued by the architect, and also very important for them to finish the work based on the contract documents. Otherwise, the client will actually have the right to employ another new contractor to take over the work, which means the current contractor will eventually lose his job.
Next will be the health and safety issue concern. Under the PAM form of contract 2018, contractor should be liable for any damages, expense, liability, loss or claims on behalf of the employer. There are a few steps that the contractor can carry out to keep their workers safe in the construction site. Under clause 8.0, the contractor shall appoint a person to be the site agent. The site agent is responsible to be the contractor's site representative. The site agent shall also be employed full-time on site. If the agent is going to be absent temporarily from the site, the contractor shall assign a deputy site agent to be in charge. Proper training is also necessary to provide by the contractor to the construction worker, as it may increase the knowledge and awareness of the worker when it comes to safety on site. Occupation Safety and Health Administration (OSA) is the organization whereby it will protect the rights and give precautions to the construction workers. Next will be the time concern. Time taken for the project is also one of the main concerns by the employer to the contractor. Under the PAM 2018 clause 22.1, if the contractor fails to complete the work by the completion date, the architect has to issue a certificate of non-completion to the contractor. Contractor will also have to pay a sum of money that has been stated in the appendix as liquidated damages to the contractor. Hence, under the PAM contract clause 22.2 chosen, it will protect the rights of the employer and allow the employer to sue the contractor if they fail to complete the project within the completion date. Next is the quality concern. Under 2018 PAM of Contract Clause 6.1, all works, materials and workmanship provided by the contractor and subcontractors must be of required quality and standards described in the contract documents by the architect. Contractors shall also provide evidence to prove that the materials and goods purchased are complied with Clause 6.1. Under Clause 14.3, the contractor is also responsible for any loss or damage to the materials and goods supplied by the nominated subcontractors or nominated suppliers. Under the defect liability period, the employer could assign the architect to specify the defects and deliver to the contractor not later than 14 days of the expiration of the defect liability period. Under Clause 15.4, if the contractor fails to fix the defects, the employer may employ and pay another person to rectify the defects. Last but not least, cost is also one of the most concerned issues by the employer. Under Clause 11.7, if there is a variation that has caused the contractor to add additional expenses for which he will not be paid under clause 11.6, the contractor may give written notice to the architect that it is his intention to claim for such additional expenses. Such expenses must be given within 28 days from the date of the architect instruction. If the contractor fails to submit the written notice within 28 days, he will be unable to claim for the expenses from the employer. Besides, under clause 30.1, it states that the contractor shall prepare the payment application with all details to the architect. After receiving the payment application, the architect shall issue an interim certificate to the employer within 21 days. Therefore, the employer has to pay for the sum stated in the interim certificate. However, if the contractor did not submit the payment application, the employer has the rights to not pay the contractor. That's the reason why we recommend PAM Form of Contract 2018 to you. And that's all from us. Thank you for your kind attention.